Hello, I would like to present you the mini guide of my take onto the builds with use Trampletoes and Frostwall, which is like not bugged but very strong right now in the beta versions. Basically, you cheated the game with this the boots and you just one-shot everything. And because you have a lot of damage with this the builds, try to make up for the lack of movement speed on the boots with some uh, mobility with blink and some clear with spark, and also some defense with ES, evasions, and also mana because this build also don't need mana. So the main mechanics of the builds, so to recap, the mechanic is very like obscure hidden in the game right now, and there are a lot of like details onto that, but the TLDR, the main thing is that right now the overkill damage can be scale can be increased, and when you increase the overkill damage to like over 100%, for example, each time overkill damage hit a wall like this, it will be overkill into the next wall, and after that the damage will be increased, and then it will like grows exponentially each time the damage progress to the walls. I think this mechanic is intended, but they don't like intend you to hit the overkill with some enemies that you can make like walls, because in like for PoE1, like they don't let you make enemies like in this game. So yeah, currently you can one shot everything with just these boots and make some walls and then hit them with some like some generic skills. I have done this with Arc already, but I think Arc is just the best skill because it sets to long cast time and you cannot clear well with that. So the current versions, the basic of this build is using the 4 piece here. These boots, the one with the gain some damage as because this mods look on the overkill and it is very strong. You will also need the core of storm to hit the walls with some big damage. Also it
I'm
will
not
have
newer
with
enough.
clear as well. And also I use the crest of Adura, the unique chest piece here with increased cooldown recovery rate. So basically, this build have a lot, not a lot, but scale some increased cooldown recovery rates, and it will have with reduce cooldown of the bolts, so you can clear better. The bolts normally have a cooldown of 0.5 seconds, and you can reduce that to like to here 0.32 seconds, and that is enough for you to clear the map. And yeah, and basically what doesn't die with when those spark crits, you can just make a war and then you die for sure. So yeah, the requirements is basically the 3 piece here, a rare one with again nice extra damage, uh, these boots and the Core of the Storm. This the shield is not absolutely needed, but it's very good for your quality of life. Yeah, so let me go over the other parts of the gear. So my gear is very basic and it's just very cheap to get. Basically, the other rares you will try to get a lot of resist to cap the resist, and so stats, the attributes to meet the requirement of the gear and the games as well. The most important mods is of course this gain of damage as extra damage. You want to try to get like 50% total at least. The more the better. The other mods that you want is to increase the crit chance and to increase the level of lightning so that this big hit, this first of the greater lightning bow is better. But after testing, I think the most important is of course again us here, gain something us, yeah. and you the more damage the better, of course, because it grows exponentially. So the more you you increase the damage with overkill, the better clears the build will be. You will on one shot everything with the Frostwall, but you don't want to do that on every mob. If you don't have enough damage, you will have to like make the wall every time, but with enough cooldown recovery, yeah, that is the that is enough for you to like make a wall for every mob to encounter, and when the wall like explodes, everything will die. Yeah, that is the gear. Let's go into the tree. So the tree focus on the two main things. One is increase elemental damage. So the overkill damage is not elemental damage, it's physical damage actually, but the gain as here is elemental damage. And I want to increase the elemental damage so that we can also have increased the damage of the bolts, the base damage of the overkill, and also the damage of the part of the elemental part of the overkill as well. So the tree basically needs this cluster. They are very good because they also have penetrations. Penetration in PoE2 is quite decent, but not super good because yeah, it cannot go under 0%. But remember, although this you can ignore resistance with crit, but it's only work for the part of the bolts. The overkill damage could not crit with zero base 0%, so you would like also want some pen here. This caster is quite nice because you also have some like elemental resistance here, and yeah, basically some pen and some crit chance here is also nice. Yeah, and also this cluster is very good because in the one I have gain as extra fire and extra cold, so I will ignite and chill some mob on the map very often, and that would increase the damage a lot with this cluster. The other cluster that you want is this one, leaping ambush, to increase the crit chance again enemy again on full life. This notable together with the ambush support on Spark. This one will make the remember the ambush support make you have more critical chance. So the crit chance of the Spark will be like 100% against the wall. You can see that I can crit the wall every time I use Spark like this. Yeah. So because the wall is always on full life, almost always. Yeah. Because if some mob hit it, it will be shatter every time. So the other most important notables are these two one gain as, of course, because gain as is the most important for the overkill damage. And by going into the monk area, I also scale some energy shield and evasions as well. So yeah, energy shield evasions. So I play this build on the Titan, but I would say that Titan is absolutely not needed for the build. You can play this on any CNC one, yeah, of course, because you have like if it's damage, you can do whatever you want. Yeah, the reasons I choose Titan is because I have just because I have a Titan lying around, so to play with. Like a budget version like this, and also I am too lazy to like buy jewels and to respect, so I just use a Titan with hooking form. Hooking form is very strong because it scales some of the area of effect. Area effect is very strong for this build because it scale also the area of the overkill, and you can like full screen clear with that area of effect. And also because of these nodes, I will try to take as much as small nodes as possible. These nodes like evasion and issue is just too strong for this. I mean, yeah. So you don't want to like go 3.2 joules because yeah, you just have to. You have this. This is too efficient to scale like evasion and issue. You can play this in Evoker as well because I think Invoker have like the two nodes with gain as. But yeah, but the other two notables of the as LNC tables. I mean, I don't know what to take. Like for Titan is also inefficient because I have some life here, but then the last nodes I don't know what to take. So yeah, maybe sometimes it will work, stun and help me survive some hits with. Yeah, so basically the other nodes are just basically energy shield, grids. So you want to get some crit chance, just crit chance. You don't need critical crit multi, crit bonus in this game because yeah, you just want to trigger the Cry of the Storm with the crits, and you just have to would like to have your like spark at like crit chance of like around 40%, and that is enough with the tree here. Yeah, so that is the skill tree. Into the yeah, so into also you on the anointment. Here anointment I anoint this the notable volatile catalyst with increased AoE and cooldown recovery rates. That is very good and that is very cheap. Good. These trees are like the three yeah, the three cheapest oil, the cheapest distilled emotion you can get. Also, like if you like damage, you might want to anoint the notable lacy is a little bit um, a little bit like more expensive, but it will this increase damage will also work on the overkill damage, so you will have like 25 increased damage, and that is like huge for the build because this shield had like 25% block. Yeah, so all in all, yeah, like in this version, I tried to anoint basic. Yeah, onto the skills. The skill itself, you want blink, green fist for the defense. Green fist is just too strong for mapping. Here he's just basically don't even only need these 4 skills and Frostwall with cascade and yeah, cascade and fortress are most important. You don't even need less life on the world, but it's nice to have here. Spark, you want ambush and tempo. Yeah, you can yeah, add chains to have more clear and basically let's just basically follow the guides, the written guides, and the playstyle just you just blink around with blink, spark the mobs, and if they don't die, you make the wall and spark that, and everything should die after that. Yeah, and yeah, so you just put in whatever like more like also before I forgot, you want to have a very low level spark and low level force war so that you don't like um, use any mana. Yeah, you don't want to use any mana because yeah, mana cost in this game is very hard to sustain, and because I don't use any mana on the tree, I also use mind over matter because why not? Because why not? I can have like 1,000 more pool onto the life pool, and because I need a lot of ints already to like use the equipment, this mana is not going to waste. Yeah, so that is spark, that is frost war, and onto the bows you just need let's add some damage, more damage, more damage. Echo is nice because it will have it clear, and also more damage with focus. The bolts won't deal any elemental elements, but overkill damage would to elements. So these notables will be active on map and also on boss if maybe the boss survive. Yeah, so that is the skill tree and and the abilities. Yeah, so if you want to scale this build, yeah, I would like to maybe yeah, it's not like in as strong as the temporalist versions. I have also already played with the temporalist, but yeah, but if you want to like go hit the boss for cheap. Like you have some builds and you have some other character lying around, and you want to like one shot some boss or farm some boss. I think this is like the most basic setup you can get, and still have some mobility to do some other things. And I think using Blink uh, I mean, with like WASD is quite nicer than just using the temporalist version because you have to do with mouse like that. So yeah, so in the end, yeah, so for some downgrades or maybe some upgrades, for the ones I think just more gain us and more spell level is absolutely needed. And if you can find the ones or the ones become too expensive after this like become more popular, you can make use with this one as well. I think with this little fire level spell is not doing anything for me. This like to gain us is just barely enough to do maps, but you will have to cast like Frostwall more often to like scale this build more, just get more defense. I mean, this ring is just very, very like bad, but you can get more of that. Try to balance the reason maybe better because I'm happier like overcap chaos is not doing anything for me. And yeah, so maybe afterwards you want to get a temporalist and try the temporalist versions, but uh, yeah, for cheap this is like the best you can get right now. So yeah, in the end, I would like to maybe discuss the interaction of this overkill damage, maybe be being like scale with again as damage and increase damage. I think that is uh, not intended by GG. Uh, this kind of damage in part of Taiwan, they are called like secondary damage. I think that is kill not that is not spell and that is not attack. They are they are very rarely appears in the game, and in part of Taiwan you cannot make enemies yourself up until recently. Until recently, you have a ring that can make enemies yourself, but so they like I think don't think they have pay attention to this overkill damage interaction with the enemy you can make yourself like post war. So I think the interactions is not bugged at all, but it's also not intended by the developers, and I think it will be gutted like delete from the game in the next patch whenever that may come. However, yeah, the way I think they will do is that they will make this overkill damage fixed and not scalable, and that would make these kind of builds like still very strong, but you will need more investment onto I don't know, onto the AoE of the core to make them crit more at the same time. But I think so just abuse this right now. I think this is just too absurd. It's just make the game very easy. However, yeah, it will be deleted from the game like in like 2 months from now when the next big update comes. Yeah, I hope this guy does help you like set up like some cheap boss killer. I don't think this is like a good like mapper. The best mapper is still like some hero vice thing, but it can maps very well. But it's trying not just kill the boss, but blow up everything on the way. Yeah. Also, I hope that's this help. Also with some builds that you use maybe temporarily, and you still have no way of scaling damage. You don't know where your damage come from, and you still feel like you like damage. Then remember, get some ganas and get some increased elemental. Yeah. So that is the build guy. Yeah, maybe see you in the next one.